AG, good morning. AG, what's up? Good morning to you. How are you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. We got just about 10, 15 minutes in the schedule for this morning. So we are going to use it and use it wisely. We are onto the book of Job. For those of you who are just coming, we are onto the book of Job, and with our time constraints this morning, we are going to read we are going to be reading chapters 31 and 32. So, welcome into the live, everybody. Welcome into the morning live where we gather together to read the Bible. We are not endorsing any particular religion or any particular denomination. What we are doing is simply trying to read the Bible for ourselves and getting our own understanding of it, because after all, the Bible is very influential on every aspect of our lives. So it moves us for real to know what is in the Bible rather than to be told what's in the Bible. And so we are on a quest to read the Bible for ourselves from the beginning to the end. And now we are on to the book of Job. So you can come along with us, get your book Bible or your Google Bible, and read along with us. This morning we are on the book of Job. We're going to be reading Job chapters 31 and 32. And so far we have seen where Job and his friends, his three friends who have come to visit him, they are so concerned. They're asking relevant questions of him, like, you have been so faithful, you have been so loyal, you have been so dedicated to this God of yours, but yet this is what your payment has been, this kind of terrible affliction. I mean, what does it serve you to be faithful to this God? And these are relevant questions they are asking, because his friend Bildad is saying, if your God says if you serve him, he's going to protect you, he's going to take care of you, he's going to make sure only good things come to you, and you have been serving him diligently, is this the good that he has for you? And though many may say, oh, they are heathens, why are they asking those questions? Those, in fact, are relevant questions, and questions that people would ask even today. But let's move on. Let us read Job chapter 31. I made a covenant with mine eyes. Why then should I think upon a maid? For what portion of God is there from above? And what inheritance of the Almighty from on high? Is not destruction to the wicked, and a strange punishment to the workers of iniquity? Doth not he see my ways and count all my steps? If I have walked with vanity, or if my foot hath hasted to deceit, let me be weighed in an even balance, that God may know my integrity. If my step hath turned out of the way, and my heart walked after mine eyes, and if any blot hath cleaved to mine hands, then let me sow, and let another eat. Yea, let my offspring be rooted out. If my heart have been deceived by a woman, or if I have laid wait at my neighbor's door, then let my wife grind unto another, and let others bow down upon her. For this is an heinous crime, yea, it is an iniquity to be punished by the judges. For it is a fire that consumeth to destruction, and would root out all mine increase. If I did despise the cause of my manservant, or of my maidservants, when they contended with me, what then shall I do with God when God riseth up, and when he visits? That shall I answer him? Did not he that made me in the womb make him? And did not one fashion us in the womb? If I have withheld the poor from their desire, or have caused the eyes of the widow to fail, or have eaten my morsel myself alone, and the fatherless hath not eaten thereof. For from my youth he was brought up with me, as with a father, and I have guided her from my mother's womb. If I have seen any perish for for want of clothing, or any poor without covering, if his loins have not blessed me, and if we were not warmed with the fleece of my sheep, if I have lifted up my hand against the fatherless, when I saw my help in the gate, then let mine arm fall from my shoulder blade, and my arm be broken from the bone. For destruction from God was a terror to me, and by reason of his highness I could not endure. If I have made gold my hope, or have said to the fine gold, thou art my confidence, if I rejoiced because my wealth was great, and because my hand had gotten much, if I beheld the sun when it shone, or the moon walking in brightness, and my heart hath been secretly enticed, or my mouth had kissed my hand, this also were an iniquity to be punished by the judge, for I should have denied the God that is above. If I rejoiced at the destruction of him that hated me, or lifted up myself when evil found him, neither have I suffered my mouth to sin by wishing a curse to his soul. If the men of my tabernacle said not, oh, that we had of his flesh, we cannot be satisfied. The stranger did not lodge in the street, but I opened my doors to the traveler. If I covered my transgressions as Adam, by hiding my iniquity in my bosom, did I fear a great multitude, or did the contempt of families terrify me, that I kept silent and went not out of the door? Oh, that one would hear me. Behold, my desire is that the Almighty would answer me, and that my adversary had written a book. Surely I would take it upon my shoulder and bind it as a crown to me. I would declare unto him the number of my steps. As a prince would I go near unto him. If my land cry against me, or that the furrows likewise thereof complain, if I have eaten the fruit thereof without money, or have caused the owners thereof to lose their life. Verse 40, let thistles grow instead of wheat, and cockle instead of barley. The words of Job are ended. The words of Job are ended in Job chapter 31. Now, in chapter 31, we hear Job is basically presenting his case to God. He says, I don't know. I don't know why you have afflicted me with what you have afflicted me with. I'm not sure why. I tried to be upright in your eyes, but peradventure I did something that I was not aware of. Maybe I did not give enough wool to make clothes to warm the cold people. Maybe I did not feed the hungry. Maybe he is surveying his whole life and presenting it sort of on a platter to God to say, well, I guess you have seen it fit because you see all things. So you would know if I didn't do something that I had to do. that I was supposed to do? Did I do something wrong in your sight of which I am not aware? Well, I'm just going to accept this lot because this is what you have decided is good for me. So I'm just going to accept it because in 33 said, if I covered my transgressions as Adam by hiding my iniquity in my bosom. He refers to Adam because remember when Adam had eaten the apple that he was not supposed to eat and he heard God coming, he was hiding in the garden. So here Job is saying, if I have tried to cover my transgression like Adam did and hide it in my bosom, if I had feared great multitudes, whatever it is that I had done, you already know it. So I just accept this as my lot. Let's move on to chapter 32. So these three men he's talking about are his friends, Job's friends. So these three men caused to answer Job because he was righteous in his own eyes. Then was kindled the wrath of Elihu, the son of Barachel the Buzite, of the kindred of Ram. Against Job was his wrath kindled, because he justified himself rather than God. So Elihu was upset with Job because here he says, instead of Job being angry at God for what God had done to him, he's going to justify it. And against his three friends was his wrath kindled, because they had found no answer, and yet had condemned Job. Now Elihu had waited till Job had spoken, because they were elder than he. When Elihu saw that there was no answer in the mouth of these three men, that then his wrath was kindled. And Elihu, the son of Barachel, or Barashel, however they pronounce it, the Buzite answered and said, I am young, and ye are very old. Wherefore I was afraid, and does not show you my opinion. I said, days should speak, and a multitude of years should teach wisdom. But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty gives them understanding. Great men are not always wise. What is this? Stop, 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 stop. What is this? Why is my phone going off like this? Oh my God. Something is wrong with my phone. I'm sorry about that, guys. Let us continue. When Elihu saw that there was no answer in the mouth of these three men, then his wrath was kindled. And Elihu, the son of Barashel, the Buzite, answered and said, I am young, and ye are very old. Wherefore I was afraid, and does not show you my opinion. I said, days should speak, and a multitude of years should teach wisdom. But there is a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty gives them understanding. Great men are not always wise, neither do the aged understand judgment. Therefore I said, hearken to me, I also will show my opinion. Behold, I waited for your words. I gave ear to your reasons, whilst ye searched out what to say. Yea, I attended unto you, and behold, there was none of you that convinced Job, or that answered his words, lest he should say, we have found out wisdom. God trusted him down, not man. Now he hath not directed his words against me, Neither will I answer him with your speeches. They were amazed. They answered no more. They left off speaking. When I had waited, for they spake not, but stood there and answered no more. I said, I will answer also my part. I also will shew mine opinion, for I am full of matter. The spirit within me contains me. Behold, my belly is as wine which hath no vent. It is ready to burst like new bottles. I will speak that I may be forced. I will speak that I may be refreshed. I will open my lips and answer. Let me not, I pray you, accept any man's person, neither let me give flattering titles unto man. Verse 22, and this is the last verse of chapter 32 of the book of Job. For I know not to give flattering titles. In so doing, my Maker would soon take me away. Here ends the reading of Job chapter 32. This is the end of our reading for today. I want to say thanks to everybody who came into the live, those of you who stayed, those of you who made me aware that you were there. Thanks to AG. Thank you so much for coming in. I sincerely appreciate you all. Now go ahead, everybody, and have yourselves a great, great, great day. And I will see you all again later tonight. All right, that's going to be it from me for this morning. Until next time, this is Trev from Travestance, where your journey matters. Have a great day, guys.